this Carolina Panthers squad has been the most roller coaster since 2014. And I know what you're thinking, Big Cat. No team in the Carolina Panthers franchise will ever be a roller coaster like the 2014. And I understand what happened in that season. 7-8-1, won the division title with the losing record and the tie. But also, this is the same franchise where that particular squad couldn't win a game of the month of October and they just went on this crazy run. Now, they didn't win the Super Bowl, they went on a little crazy run to make the playoffs. Now, as for the 2025, they are truly, madly, deeply a roller coaster ride. This team will win games they have no business winning, and they turn around, lose games they have no business losing. And I have said this time after time after time after time again. And this season alone is a good example. And this time, which is yesterday, and it's 2:35 in the morning, the Eastern time zone. I apologize, and I screwed up on the last recording, so I'm making up for it. And the Carolina Panthers, when they were shorthanded due to injuries and a suspension of a particular player, his name is Trayvon Morey. I'll get to him momentarily. They came out swinging. They came out fighting. They wasn't going to allow the LA Rams come into their building and just stampede them. And that's something I was worried about because after what Panther fans and mine and myself included saw last Monday Night Football, which is last month, where the offense just did not put any type of effort, while the defense only gained turnover, had 3 takeaways and nothing to show for. So what did they do? 31-28, the final score. Now, of course, they're going to give up some plays here and there. They're going to give up chunk plays. You know, Matthew Stafford, I mean, look at him. I mean, he can beat you in short passes. He can beat you in the medium passes. He can beat you in long plays down the field. I felt that the Carolina Panthers defense was just getting gashed in short passes, and it turned into a long play. You know what I mean? But they had that bend but don't break mentality. You know, they had turnovers, 3 of them, and one of them was a pick six, which I was screaming bloody murder over it. Like the last game against the San Francisco 49ers, 3 takeaways, but nothing to show for it because they were more worried about putting the offense in a good field position instead of taking matters into their own hands. Shout out to Mike Jackson for doing his thing. In fact, I think that the LA Rams should have had at least 5 or 6 turnovers because there were times where the Rams offensive players were carrying the ball carelessly, and Carolina defenders just missed the opportunity to punch the ball out for a fumble, you know? And yeah, but the defense, yes, they did give up 28 points. Hey, they did what they had to do to get the victory for the Carolina Panthers. Secondly, Carolina outscored Los Angeles 14-7 in the second half. 14-7. I mean, that's more you can ask for. And last but not least, it was a balance attack. You know, they didn't. They had 164 rushing yards. They ran the ball season high 40 times. They threw the ball. What was it? I think Bryce Young went 15-20, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that's what you want to see in a Carolina Panthers squad. But the problem is they're very, very inconsistent, and that's why I said they're truly a roller coaster team. Because you just don't know what you're going to get. They're going to have you feeling good. They're going to make you feel bad. They're going to have you feeling high. They're going to make you feel low to the point where you're going to vomit. All that crazy stuff. You're like, what in the world? What's going on here? The chocolate fudge? So, and they need this win in the worst way for the fact that they're keeping up, trying to keep going for the division title. Since I know that the chances of them getting the wild card spot is very slim to none, you know, and we all know that they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the NFC South division crown the last, what was it, 2 of the last 3 weeks into the regular season. In between, they got the Seattle Seahawks. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm worried about the next game, which that would be December 14th when they go to the Big Easy to take on the New Orleans Saints. And we all know what happened the last time they played in the first game when they beat the Green Bay Packers in their building, which is Lambeau Field. And the next game, they just lay a big fat egg, you know? And the question is, have they learned their lesson from that game, or will it be the same story whenever Carolina get a big win, a team against a team they have no business winning, and they turn around and lose the teams that they have no business losing? It's going to be weird if the Carolina Panthers get swept by the New Orleans Saints. They go out and beat the Atlanta Falcons. They go out and beat teams they have no business being, like Green Bay, Dallas, LA Rams, and they turn around and lose to teams like the Arizona Cardinals of the world or the freaking New Orleans Saints, let them get swept if that happens. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. As for the LA Rams fans, listen, your team is still good, but it was just a bad game. It's not a bad sign. It's just a bad game from your team. You can't turn the ball over 3 times, have a pick six, and a key lost fumble and expect to win the game. You know, Matthew Stafford, one side, he's the LA Rams version of amazing Hall of Famer and this, that, and the third. Then on the other side, it's the gunslinger mentality, the Detroit Lion version, where he's putting the ball in harm's way. And when I watched the game, and that's when I knew this was coming. Now, I expect the game to turn into a blowout victory for the LA Rams due to how bad the Carolina Panthers played on the nationally televised game, but I was proven wrong, and I hope that the Carolina Panthers continue to prove everybody, including Panther fan base, wrong. I don't want them to be favorite, because whenever we've seen the Carolina Panthers be favorite, they have lost 11 straight games. And something tells me they're going to be favorite against the New Orleans Saints. And that's where I'm like, oh no, please don't. If that happens, they're going to lose their 12th straight game when they're the favorite. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints on December 14th. They don't play on December 7th due to a bye week, and they need it in the worst way. Because the injuries and the suspension, I mean, it was just mounting up. And speaking of suspension, Trayvon Moore, look, I don't give a damn if Jawan Jennings of the San Francisco 49ers wide receiver talking crap. I don't give a damn if he says something disrespectful. I don't care none of that. To me, it's actions speak louder than words. If you allow this man to get next to you to the point where you have to take an aim at his family jewels and you hit him down there, yeah, you deserve to be suspended. And when I saw it in real time last Monday Night Football, I knew that was coming. I'm like, yeah, you need to go sit down for one game. That's just crazy. Shoot, I think he should sit down for 2 game suspension, trying to appeal and try to get himself out of a situation that he created it, you know? So he put the team in a bad spot with his actions. It was a selfish thing for him to do. He's not a dirty player. It was a dirty play by him. He will learn from this. He won't do this type of crap again, I hope. As far as the whole Trayvon Boykin and the Russell Wilson situation, long story short, he was on a podcast with somebody and telling, he was invited by Russell Wilson and his family, for his family not to be at to be with him on Thanksgiving is weird and all this other stuff, and Ciara and his family, her side of the family, yada yada yada. Look, everybody ripped this man to pieces, and as he should. It's none of his business. We don't know why his family did not show up for Thanksgiving. He invited you. Just be grateful, shut the bleep up, and go about your business. This is why people end up being or turn into a antisocial because of crap like this. And I think Shannon Sharp said it best. I'm not antisocial. I'm antisocial people running their damn mouth. Something to that effect. And why do you care, sir? And that's the part that bugs me the most. You use that situation and you turn it into a freaking content. Not everything needs to be a content. Just hang out with your former teammate at Thanksgiving, have fun, and just move on from there. You didn't need to turn that situation into a content. You didn't need to do that, and you did. So, and with that in mind, I'm throwing y'all a salute. I'm out. It's 11 minutes long video, and I apologize.